Welcome to the Drip Drive Podcast, where we let it all hang out. I'm your girl, Jasmine Christine.
I'm Faith Marie.
And I am Maya Monet.
We are three best friends here to share our life with you guys in our 30s. So welcome to the Drip Drive Podcast.
Welcome.
We always like to do a little drinky drink at the beginning of our episode. First, we want to shout out Mama Kathy, which is Maya's mama, who got us these gorgeous glasses.
We love
that say just one more episode. Yay. Literally cried with our reaction. If we still have the footage, we'll put it on here.
Oh,
Let me see. Yes, where's your cup? Where's your cup? Yes, cup. Yes. Shameless plug. Drip Dry podcast.
Period.
On YouTube. Oh yeah.
oh my gosh.
But
yes.
our reaction to getting this cups, I literally cried. It was just like so perfect.
It was so
thank you,
perfect.
Mama Kathy, for the glasses. Cheers.
I love you guys.
Love you.
To one more episode.
One more episode.
What did I say? It's good. What are we drinking?
What are we drinking? You got the bottle. Oh.
She got the bottle.
This is the bottle I brought, but she got the bottle.
We have a lemonade stand, strawberry lemonade rosé
Yes.
from Lemonade Stand.
With a triple shot
$5
of
make it
tequila.
holla. Okay.
Lemonade
$5 make it holla. Okay. Thank you, Schnooks.
Okay. Shout
Brought
out to
to you
Schnooks.
by Schnooks.
Right.
This message is
Okay.
Come on, Schnooks.
But yes, thank you for tuning in to the Drip Drive Podcast for another episode. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you are notified every time we post a brand new video. And this is a special episode because we are going to dedicate this to fathers.
Fathers.
So with Father's Day coming up, we thought we should just, give y'all a little pat on the back or something.
Little
Might tear y'all
something,
down for a
something.
second, but we'll bring y'all back up.
It's
We'll
some
bring
great
y'all back
fathers
up.
out there, though.
It
there
sure
are.
is.
There's
There's
It
some
sure
good
is.
fathers out there.
So we gonna shout y'all out. We gonna shout y'all out.
And then
The for you on earth, we got you.
Period.
y'all holding them up. Y'all.
Okay.
You're giving
y'all
us
doing the
hope.
damn thing.
Period.
You're giving us hope.
But just to be like, obviously everybody doesn't know us that well. Everybody at this table does have a dad.
yes.
Some of us got more than one.
Oh.
Yeah!
I do.
Yeah!
I do. That's me.
But do you guys think that there's a difference between like father, dad? I feel like sometimes people say that there's a difference between somebody being your dad.
I've heard that. There
and
is
then like,
they say,
no, that's my father.
so yeah, that's what I've always heard. Like people saying like, are you a daddy or are you a father? And they're like, no, father is the real thing. A daddy is the, I always thought it was the opposite because father is more formal. Daddy
Okay,
is
you
more
think it is.
personal. Like
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Yeah, I
but they
agree.
say it's the opposite. Like you a daddy, you ain't doing your job. But if you're a father, you're present. I don't get it.
Oh,
To
I
me, it's
never knew it was
impersonal.
that way.
I don't.
Only thing I
Okay.
think of is like maybe there's that one gospel song that says he's the father to the fatherless. So I think that may give it a more formal.
They definitely is not Jesus.
I know
They
that,
definitely
but
is not
the
God.
word
aren't Jesus.
father, the word father can make it more formal in that sense. Like, but I
Does
don't
the
know
Bible
because
say
I
anything
be
about mothers?
calling Jesus Sky Daddy sometimes.
You call him what?
Daddy.
Sky Daddy sometimes.
You know
It just
what?
depends
of
on how
all-
formal I
first
am
of
when I'm talking
all,
to
He
him.
is your Sky Daddy.
Sky
baby.
Daddy.
Sky Daddy.
But yeah, I be sometimes like when you just be like, okay, God, like look, we need to get like eyeball to eyeball.
Right.
I be like, Sky Daddy, look.
Sky Daddy. Come here, Daddy.
Oh.
Ooh, and I, and I.
I will say, father is more formal. So my birth father, that's what I call him. I call him father. He is my birth father. I introduce him to people as this is my father. Whereas my dad, he is my dad. This is my dad.
I don't
So
think
you dad is more
So like I don't say
active,
stepdad,
but like
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's
stepdad is
he
not a
was
thing in my
there.
family. Yeah,
he was-
because he's been my dad since I was 6 years old.
So he's your dad.
He's my dad. Like I don't know anything different.
Mhm.
So like I feel like
Like another
calling
name
him a
to call him.
stepdad is like
it's
very
taking away
disrespectful.
from what he does.
Absolutely, because that's
He's
a
been
very
there.
much an earned position, and he has earned it.
Yeah.
So like if we didn't have the relationship that we did and we stayed apart significantly, then maybe I would call him stepdad. But because we built that relationship,
But because
I don't
he
know.
show up at wherever we at, if
Yes.
we call him in the middle of the night, he's coming.
yes,
It's
that is
happened
my
before.
dad. He is my dad.
Okay.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
need you to come up here.
Yes.
Help us out.
They're trying to kick us out.
Yep.
We didn't
Help
get
us
kicked
out. Yes.
He came and we didn't get kicked out. So, you know.
Would you ever call him like Pops, Dad?
I mean, Emiliana
is
calls
on-
him Pop Pop.
Oh, does
Yeah.
she?
well, yeah.
Yeah,
when
he's
you,
Pop Pop. Yeah. He's
You acting
Pop
brand
Pop.
new.
Right. He is Pop Pop. But I mean, I've never called him that. I know Elijah calls his dad Pops or
Demonte calls
Papa.
my dad Pops.
Yeah.
He calls
I feel like it's more of a guy thing.
Yeah.
Guys
Yeah.
more use Pops, and we're more of like,
That's
Yeah.
their bonding, their way of like.
that's my
bonding.
dad.
Yeah.
No.
But when I like really need him, I'll be like, Daddy,
Nah.
Daddy. You've never called your dad Daddy?
I did when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
My dad is
Dang.
daddy in my
I got a
phone.
different daddy now.
Okay, gotcha.
I was literally gonna say that. Like,
Gotcha.
what I cannot call my dad daddy because I've been using that in a different
Gotcha.
way. You know, he can't be
We done
daddy.
watched it.
Gotcha. I
You know that?
understand.
Have you
I
seen
call
that
my-
episode? Or that video where they're like, you can't pass the
Oh.
same salt.
Okay.
Or like, daddy passed
Daddy
me the
passed
salt,
me
and
the
they
salt,
both
both.
passed the salt.
I think it would depend on if your dad is used to you calling
I
him
used to,
that.
yeah, but
Well, yeah.
I started calling him. I call my dad Papa.
Do
Oh,
you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I call him Papa
Gotcha.
Okay.
Big Pop in the house.
Yeah.
or Daddy-O. I'll call him Daddy-O.
Daddy-O.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Daddy-O.
little different.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Very laid back.
way different. You can't be
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
daddy-o in the
Like
best
that.
My daddy cool. You know he rap.
Come
my daddy
on,
is
Daddy-O.
not the- Like he like
He would be like, what?
he told us like ABC's rapping. Like that's how my daddy was a
Okay.
rapper. He was a, like,
Daddy-O.
he wasn't
ABC and an
A B
EFG.
C D E F G.
Oh, I missed the letter.
It's okay. I was with it.
Keep going.
That's how I used to be. We used to be like again. That's how we learned ABCs. A B C D E F G.
Okay.
Gracie's
Hey,
Corner.
J,
Daddy-O's
K,
Corner.
Cause he was
I'm
the
in it.
innovator.
Yes.
He used to make us them little grilled cheese and had sugar inside and little butter on
Sugar.
it. He used to ask if we wanted penny cakes.
So do you feel like dads are more of a disciplinarian more than moms?
Yes and no.
Like,
I think it depends.
I feel like I'm used to hearing the like,
Stern.
when your
They
dad
might be
gets
more
home,
Stern. I
when
think
your
when
dad
you're
gets
younger, yes.
home, when your
But
dad
for
gets
me,
home.
it was different. You explain.
Explain.
First.
Please explain.
It depends on how you grow up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It depends on
I think who's active in your life makes a difference.
yes.
And obviously the dynamic
Of
in
their
your
relationship.
family. So obviously, like, I didn't have to go through this, but if I had a stepdad,
I did. Ooh.
that's what would be like.
Hey, Tim.
Too.
I had two daddies. Technically, I did have two daddies.
There you go. But like,
Yeah.
So if you have somebody that's like a stepdad, like, and you really call them stepdad, they're probably not going to be the disciplinary person as much as your
Right.
actual mom
That's
would
where I
be.
was coming.
That's no.
Really?
Mine was not.
Oh,
My. Never mind.
Well, see, that's why I was saying it's an earned position.
My stepdad probably will be more than my real daddy. I probably got like one or two.
Did he earn that though, or did your mom just let him go at it?
but he was probably around more to be.
Did
able
you
to do that.
appreciate that? I mean, like not the whoopings, but like, did you like respect him enough to be like,
I
okay,
mean, I
you
was a
are my
badass
elder, you are
kid.
my dad.
Did I respect it? Hell, I'm sorry, no. But I was the back. I was a liar.
But like, you was it the
I
same
was-
as when
like,
your
I was-
mom disciplined you? Or were you like,
Or
you can
felt the
spank me all you
same?
want. I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
My
And I'm going
mama-
to wait till my
He
mom
with
I
me
gets
one
never
time
had
when
to.
I was like 6, and I saw him. He was my daddy, and he couldn't tell me what to do.
I told my
Ooh.
dad that when I
was
was
bad.
12,
I was
and
bad.
my
Oh,
mom
really?
was so pissed. Oh, my mom
He with
my mom
me,
got
then
mad.
my mama with me.
Mm.
And then every time they argued after that, he always brought up, see, you wasn't there when she told me I wasn't her daddy. And I can't tell her what to do.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I was a different kid. I was different.
Mm.
Well, with my mom and my dad, definitely it really took, honestly, until the end of high school for me to really look at my dad and think of him as like a
Your dad.
disciplinarian.
Mm.
Well, like, yeah, I would always tell everyone like he was my dad. Well, one, it took me a long time to call him dad
Oh,
because it was
really?
just Maurice. Yeah, like
When
I
was
just.
the first? Do you remember the first time you actually called him?
You
Dad?
called him Maurice? I never.
Oh
think
yeah,
you
I
did.
called him Maurice for a long time. I think I was I think we just moved to St. Louis, so the beginning of my junior year is when I
Wow.
felt comfortable enough to call
when
him
we
dad.
met her.
And
Yeah.
What was the reaction? Do you like remember that scenario? Like the first time?
I don't think to me he gave a reaction, but I think he went to my mom and was like, "She called me dad."
I
She
could
called me
see
dad."
his reaction.
Yeah.
Like, but
I
Yeah.
feel like that'll happen whenever I find somebody.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because what I will say
yeah.
is I was never a kid who thought of my step parents as step parents. Like,
You just thought
I
of them
call
as
my
parents?
dad. Yeah, my dad's wife, Lydia. She just passed this week. So
Oh, I'm
God
so
rest her
sorry.
soul.
Oh my god.
I called her mom, and my stepdad, I called him. Believe it or not, when I never called him Tim, because when him and my mom got together, Thomas and I were like 4. So
You didn't really know a
yeah,
difference.
I called him Little Dad. I call him Little Daddy. That's what I call him for.
Okay, little daddy.
Little daddy.
He asked me, "What do you,
Lil
baby,
Daddy.
baby? What do you want to call me?" And listen, I don't know where I don't know.
There's Big Daddy, Little Daddy.
Yeah, like
Hey.
I don't know where I got it from.
That's funny.
And then when he and my mom got back together the second time, I just called him Dad, or like I didn't,
yeah.
because they asked us like, "What do you?" We understand. We keep doing this. What
Yeah.
do you all want?
It's not that they ask though. I don't think a lot of people ask anymore.
Yeah, they asked
And
us.
they just let you kind of like do your own thing.
So, in my household, my 3 sisters are from my dad, and I am from another man, so my father. And because I grew up differently than my sisters, wherein, like, you know, I had to build that relationship with him, he wasn't like biologically attached to me.
Biologically is, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to, you know, that relationship had to be earned. I had to respect him, or I had to learn how to respect him.
The
So,
dynamic of your relationship.
yeah.
You had to figure it out.
It wasn't
yeah.
automatically
So
given.
anytime he tried to discipline me, I would immediately go to my mom. Like, it ended up like it affected our relationship a lot because he felt like he couldn't trust me because he would like tell me no or something, and I would immediately go to my mom.
Oh,
Well,
they-
my mom said,
No, baby, they didn't
He
play that in my
wanted
house.
to
Oh,
be-
You
yeah.
get a whooping. If
My-
you ask one parent and they say no,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you go ask the no, you're getting a whooping.
yeah, well, and
That's it.
Elijah grew up exactly like that
Yeah,
too,
you
and I
better
don't know
not.
why I got away with it every single time, and I don't know what that says, but I did,
I think it's 'cause
and
they already had 3 kids, and it was
You
like
were building
3
that
against 2.
relationship though, so that makes
And it was
sense.
just
They're
you.
like,
I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
It was
but
just you
also
for a
I
long
was taking
time.
advantage of it.
Oh,
But it was
sure.
To be
just
honest,
you.
I was.
It was just you for a long time.
It was.
before your sisters came.
It was.
It was me and 2 other siblings. So it was like 3 against. They had to like.
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta figure something out.
yeah.
Like,
So it was.
otherwise, they're all gonna like.
Yeah.
We was bad kids.
It was
bad.
really hard to navigate that, and for him to get past that and forgive me for just being a kid and doing that. My sisters never had to deal with that. So in my house, at least for me, my mom had to discipline me because I just wouldn't listen to my dad, or I would listen to him in the moment, and then I'd be like,
I ain't doing
Mom,
that bullshit.
Dad told me I couldn't do blah, 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 blah. Or Maurice told me. So
In her head, she's
But-
like, how dare he?
I still think my mom is the main disciplinarian. I
For
think it
sure.
just is. It's the relationship between the mom and the dad
Mm-hmm.
that caused that. Like with me and Elijah, I don't know who
How
would
it'll
be. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say Elijah might be, but I don't know. I am too.
Especially with, I think it also makes a difference whether you have girls or boys,
Mm-hmm.
and with girls
Yeah.
and boys, because
Yeah.
women, that mother hen thing, but it's usually once you get older. Like when you're younger, it's like dad, and then
Yeah.
but you're still daddy's princess. So you
Right.
really can't do no
that
wrong.
part.
Right,
That
yeah,
part.
yeah.
Daddy's princess.
really can't do no
That's
wrong.
a
I
major
maybe
difference.
got 2 whoopings by my daddy in my whole life. Like
Period. Definitely can count on one hand.
Yeah. See, that's the difference. Like
My
we have
mama,
all
she
girls
whooped
in my
me every
house.
day.
You guys have
Oh, yeah.
boys in your house or a
it was
brother.
2 girls and 2
So you
boys.
get to be daddy's
Yeah.
princess. We were all daddy's princesses, and like we cannot
But
compete
at
with
my
each other
dad's,
to
it was
get
me and my
Yeah.
stepsister.
dangerous.
That makes sense.
And I was the older sister, so at
Yeah.
my dad's.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Well,
Oh, yeah. There was no daddy's princess
Because it was just
in my
all
house because it
girls.
was we were all princesses.
Yeah.
That dynamic didn't start to
Little
exist.
princess.
so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes
There
sense.
was no.
the little
No,
princess.
and none of us are daddy's girls either.
Really? You don't think so?
None of us are daddy's girls.
Mm.
Really?
If anything, like Lucky
I
is
was
the
gonna say
closest.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
She always be
no.
down to
My
hop in the
mom
car
is
with him.
like my
Yes.
my mom is up here, and my dad's right underneath her in my
That's
house.
just how she run her household.
That's yeah.
Mhm.
She
Tight
be
shit.
running. Yes.
She does
So,
run a tight
I don't know why. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. That's
Maybe
how it
it's
be.
Mama D's
That's
way
how
or
it
no
be.
way.
Yeah, it's a fact.
That's how
Pretty
it
much,
be.
yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's happy if Mama D's happy.
That's,
Okay.
That's
I feel like
very
majority of
true.
the time
Yeah.
that's how it is in a household.
And more
if the
yeah.
mom is
If
happy,
the mom is happy, yeah.
the house is
The dead.
Facts.
The
If
dad
I'm
is
happy,
happy.
my house is happy. Emiliana happy,
Yes.
everyone's
the
happy.
dad
For
may be
sure.
the head, but the mama is definitely
The neck, baby.
Making
the
everything-
neck.
You know what? She don't want to
Yes, that's
If
right.
You're gonna have a crook for a week. Nobody's gonna be happy.
Like I do.
Nobody's
Pinch
gonna be
nerve. Okay, you don't
You
want
gonna
to
be-
pinch nerve.
You're gonna be
I will
stuck.
pinch Elijah's nerves right quick.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
You better calm it down before I pinch it.
Right then.
Oh my
That's
god.
hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Yeah.
what kind of relationship do you guys have with your dad then? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but like how? I think
go
all
first,
of ours are
because
gonna be. Yeah, you go first.
Dad.
You go first. You
Come on, daddy daughter date. Come on.
Jesus.
Me and my
This is the one of the
dad.
4 I was talking about earlier.
Me and my dad are like this,
Baby.
like best
Baby.
friends.
Yeah.
That's a ride or die daddy if I
say-
ever seen one.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
If I ever seen one
Absolutely.
in my life,
I would say me and my dad haven't always been best friends like that. The older I got, the more it became that.
the more you cherish the relationship. The bond
Yeah,
that
and I
you-
think after I got a divorce, like my dad was really like there for me and was like, you know, always trying to do something to be like, let's just create new memories so you can forget about, you know,
the past.
going.
It's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So I think that's how our relationship started to get closer. Also because since London doesn't have a father figure in our house at all times,
Yeah.
my dad kind of like not became that, but really took
is her
his
father
role
figure.
Yeah.
as I'm your grandpa and I'm gonna give you the love and attention that
Yeah.
if you had a dad in the home, that's what it
Yeah.
would be.
And he takes her on dates.
Yes.
Oh, let's
So
talk about how
cute.
Jasmine was jealous when she
Oh,
first.
absolutely.
Oh,
Because
she
they
was
used to be
jealous.
me. Me and my dad would go on father-daughter
Aw.
dates. We'd go to
That's so
me and him.
sweet,
We
though.
like Chinese food. I mean, it's not my
P.F.
favorite food,
Chang's,
but it's my dad's favorite food. So we would go to P.F. Chang's for dates, or we go, you know, to Applebee's, just me and him, or something like that. Oh my God! The first time London was like, she was probably 4.
She was 4. She was 4.
And
I was gonna say that, but I'm like,
dad
was she 3 or was she 4? She
took
was
her
4.
to main event. And baby, oh my God.
I was like, are you serious?
I was mad. You want to know what made me mad though? Is
you
because
serious?
I had been, for the past like couple months before they had went to that, I was asking for time with my dad like that. Not just like okay, we're hungry, we need to go eat. My mom doesn't want to go.
That shows
Will
you
you
the
go with
type
me
of-
to
that shows
Applebee's?
you
I'm
the
like,
type of
no, I
relationship
want
y'all have.
yeah, like I want that time
Yeah.
with my dad. That's just us, kicking it, chilling, not the, okay, this is just a normal, day thing. We need to eat. Let's go get something to eat. But it just happens to be me and you. I want a purposeful date. But my dad he's done that before. It wasn't like the first time I did it when, I was a grown adult. But I would say I'm definitely a daddy's girl more than I am a mama's girl.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. It just happened that way.
But what's so crazy is the relationship that you and your mother have.
That's still my best friend too.
I had never
Yeah.
seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Really?
Like even the way like she was for me, or like when like how she accepted me, and like that was she for a long time. Y'all know I was on these streets.
Who's the honey?
And she didn't make me feel bad or nothing. She's like, come on, baby. Like she never made you feel, or she never made me feel any type of way about anything that I could tell her anything.
Yeah.
But my dad's
It
like
wasn't
that
like that
too.
with my
That's the
mom.
thing. Like I will say, I'm super
Your parents
blessed
are
with the parents that I have.
open,
Yes.
Yes.
And I could literally tell my parents anything.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's some things I don't tell my dad because it's feminine, that kind of thing. But for the most part, like I can tell my parents pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I can cuss around my parents. It's not a problem. Like obviously, I'm not calling my mom a B word or something like that. But like if I'm having a regular conversation, and I'm like, "Mama, that motherfucker said," and she'd be like, "Uh huh." She'll just be
My mom would
listening.
be like, oh. What? Who was he?
Ladies don't talk like that.
Yeah. No. Don't say that. That's
Yeah.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Hey, we don't talk
Yeah.
like that.
My dad would be like, "Oh God, why can't you just say like cheeseburger?" Cheeseburger.
That is something your dad would say.
Oh, he says
Dead
that all
ass.
the time.
It's so
Dead ass.
hilarious because these are like
Dead ass. That's something your dad would say for sure. Yeah. I will say though, if I do cuss too much, like if I was just like going on and on, my dad will be like, "All right,
Yeah.
relax,
Chill out. Calm
Relax.
down.
He'd be like, "Oh, you grown?
But like,
Oh, you
look, like
grown.
my parents cuss too. Like if they're,
I ain't never heard
a lot of
time.
girl, if he's trying to be funny, if he's trying to be funny,
I don't think
Yeah.
I've heard your parents
It's
cuss.
the fact that
I don't think I have.
I think if my
ever.
mom's watching,
you've heard
A
her mama
show.
curse. You probably was just drunk. by that
she's usually doing it if she's
She-
watching
at-
a show,
At Jasmine
or
Bell's
if she'll
party,
start to
she-
drink.
Oh, I don't remember that far back. Short-term
remember
memory
that
loss. Okay.
But yeah, so the relationship I have with them is definitely, I would say it's not normal, but to me,
It's very special.
It's very
it's special, but it's something that I want to continue with my
Yeah.
daughter. Like
Yeah.
I can definitely tell my parents literally anything, call them in the middle of the night if I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be, or
yeah.
just need them to come pick me
Want
up.
to talk about it?
What? Which one? That's the
Oh.
problem. Which one? I've had to call. I could at least count on one hand that I've had to call my parents in the middle of the night. Like,
No, the time
Can you
we
come
had to
pick
call
me
your
up?
parents.
yeah, that time. That was
I
a
had
great
to-
time.
I don't think, and it was me. I would have never done like I got stuck on the east side at 3 a.m. at 15 years old, and I was never calling my mama.
Oh, I'm calling my
ever.
parents for sure.
When we was drinking, I was like, I don't think we should drive your car. Remember, your parents told us we can always call, and they came. I was
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
We have to call. This bitch don't
When my-
remember. She was drunk.
I slightly remember that night. There were certain parts of that night that I remember. I do remember you saying something about like
need
we
to
can't
call-
drive. We need to call your
to
mom.
call
I
your
remember my
parents.
mom pulling up. We got in the, I think it was a silver Murano.
It was no. It was your grandma's car. No, it was a silver.
I think it was a silver
It was
Murano
the
because I
silver-
think
Dad
I had,
still
yeah.
Dad still had the silver Murano.
Yeah,
and
so
you had the Jeep.
I got in the back seat and I'm like laid out and I'm just like,
had to put on
I'm
the
so
shower with her
sorry,
clothes
Mom.
on.
I'm so sorry.
With her
She's
clothes
like,
on.
but you called. That's all that
That's
matters.
all that matters. She was not
Hey,
mad
there
at
you
all.
go.
all.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so both of my parents came because we drove there. So both of my parents came. My dad drove the other car back home. My mom drove my car. But my parents were never
They was
mad.
some different parents.
Like,
Yeah.
yes,
I
I
love
feel like
it.
my dad's
He was probably disappointed a little bit, but he wasn't.
he's a
mad.
disciplinarian dad, but he's also not like the over the top, like
I
people
was
who are
gonna
like,
ask, who was
wash
the
your.
disciplinarian in your
I would
She really
say,
didn't have one.
but honestly, I wasn't a bad kid
She
though.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I
She
can count on
wasn't.
like one hand how many times I either got a pop
She was a
or
good kid.
like a tap with a
Yeah.
broom. Like my dad's tapped me with a broom before, or
Yeah.
he's gone behind the back of my arm and twisted it. Like
Oh,
when I was
uh-huh.
in Walmart and he was like, "Stop playing between those clothes." You know how you go in the little clothes
Yeah.
and go underneath that. I was doing that a lot, and my dad told me to knock it off, and I was just obviously doing whatever I wanted to do. And so he comes up behind me and comes at the back of my arm
My stepdad used to do that to us with our
and
ears.
twists, and I was
They
like,
used to twist our ears and
Oh.
drag us. Oh my god, they used to burn so bad.
but honestly, I think that's only happened to me once or twice that he did that behind my arm. And so whenever I thought he was gonna do it, I was like, bitch, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, ain't
Yeah.
no way I'm getting
I'm
that done
done.
again.
Yeah.
I'm straightening up.
I'm
Whatever
done.
you want me to do, you
Yeah.
got it. So I think, but my mom's I've never actually gotten hit with a belt, like a full on belt in half.
I don't think I've gotten hit with a belt.
No.
Shit.
Because honestly, to me, the way he was pinching me was borderline like,
She was about to
oh,
call.
You got a bruise.
She was
like,
about to call
yeah.
911. She was about to.
yeah. And so for me, I was like, okay. Because he held it there for a minute. It wasn't like a quick like that. No, he like twisted and was like, you
He
need to
wasn't
stop
playing
what the fuck you
games,
doing. And I
yeah.
was like,
You
got
you
you.
triggering my PTSD.
gotcha.
don't
I
do
know, right? So I was like, okay.
that. I'm over here for real.
Got it.
Like my heart pep. Like don't.
Not the heart
what was your
palpitations.
discipline though? So like if you did something bad, was it just like, okay, go in the corner?
Oh, mine was
or-
get grounded. Definitely get grounded, get things taken away. I couldn't go anywhere, and that made me real mad. I couldn't go anywhere, do anything. And then I would slam doors a lot, so they took my door off. And my mom tried to be slick, okay? My
I think I
mom.
remember at least once I went over your house when you guys were at the other house and your door was off.
Oh, yeah.
When you were
Oh, yeah.
upstairs.
Oh, yeah. You talking about when I was a grown teenager? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A
yeah.
grown
Is that-
teenager.
A grown teenager. Yeah,
Yeah.
because my favorite thing, I still do it. I did it today to Elijah. I get
That's
so
her
mad.
shit. That's her
Because-
jam.
Yeah, it is because I get so mad.
You know what? I got something for you.
Oh, I get so mad, and now I be slamming the brakes. Oh, if he makes me mad in the car, it's so bad. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop
They
because I
trying
never
to
check to
swing
see if
his
anybody's
neck.
behind me. I just
Not with the baby in the car.
I only did
Yeah.
it like once with the baby.
She
in the
be
car.
strapped in.
I said sorry.
She be strapped in.
My fear is somebody's gonna be behind me, and I.
Yeah.
And you slam on them brakes and they.
But yeah, so they took my door off. I got beads when I was in middle school. They put beads on my door to try to try to avoid giving me my door back at all. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, oh my god, I missed the
Yeah,
jump
that-
because I got beads.
That
And
was
then
a thing.
I
That
realized
was a
like
thing
I
back in the
couldn't
day.
change. You know, there was no privacy, and I didn't like that. I didn't
Yeah.
like that. So then I was like, Mom, can I have my door back? But can I
Yeah.
keep the beads? Can I have both? Can
The
I have
beads
both?
and the
Oh,
door.
I
I need the
wanted
door
both.
to change, but
She
then the
want
beads will
both of
be
'em.
out
I want,
hand.
yeah, I
Both.
want
BOFF.
both of them.
Both
Both
of
of
them.
them.
Okay. I love that.
But yeah, that was my discipline. I mean, my mom throws stuff at us. Just whatever's there. She,
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that again.
Yeah.
Hangers, My Little Ponies.
Okay, my little pony.
My mama throw knives, so I understand.
Oh, I don't think my mom ever threw a knife. Scissors, like you. That one time. Oh,
Like that one time
oh my
at band
God.
camp.
Knock it out. Cut the tape. Cut the tape.
Like you.
Yeah.
I think we kind of went over like my relationship with my dad. It was, like I said, an earned position, and
Work for it.
I listened to my mom more than I listened to my dad. And I think the older I get, the more of a relationship we have, because he does have a huge say in like what I do with bills, money. He's taught me so much with my car, insurance stuff. Like he goes over all of that with me. My mom does not do that. So he's definitely a dad in that respect. I can call him whenever I need him. Like whatever, even if my husband can't do it, I call my dad. Okay. I mean, I can still call him for everything. When I had my nights, it was really just one night. I had one night, and it wasn't even me that called. It was somebody else that called, and my parents came and got me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a good parent right there.
yeah.
It's not a, why
And
would
they
you
didn't
do
get
that?
mad either. They were like,
That's
you
my
called.
mom.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
the most like responsible
mom.
thing to do. It's like, yes, I fucked up. I
That's
probably
why I
shouldn't have
never
got that
called
drunk,
her.
or I probably should
Yeah,
have been.
and I never did it again after that.
No,
'cause I
I never called her
Yeah.
because
Not
that would
me.
have been.
I was
a
like,
lot.
I always got a motherfucking ride, bitch.
Y'all might not got no ride, but I do.
I'm screaming.
Shoot,
No,
fuck
I
a
never did
Uber.
that again.
I got
never
me
did that again.
spot dress. Okay.
Oh my gosh. No. I got alcohol poisoning and absolutely not. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
it's a lot of stuff that I did that my mom never, because she was the way she was, and it's like that's how she grew up, and she's still like that to this day. Like even when she watched the podcast, like I was saying earlier, she watched, like my mom watched the podcast. She do, but I don't show her a lot of the episodes. Like I don't, because she be like, "You guys too much," you. So I hide my life from you. Just
That just wasn't a
and
thing
you
in
can
your
call
household.
it respect. You can call it whatever you want, but your kid outside doing all kind of stuff. You
Yeah.
don't know what she into.
Yeah.
Because she respects you, so she's not gonna
Right.
tell you because she doesn't feel comfortable telling you. Like instead of just saying, "Okay, you make mistakes, learn
Yeah.
from them and move forward." I made a lot of the same mistakes over and over and over again because I didn't have anybody to just sit me down and talk to me about something.
Yeah.
Although my dad did often. My dad was more lax.
Okay.
So
Like
you could
he
tell
would,
him stuff, and he'd be like, "Let me just talk to you about
he
it."
would tell me about, he would talk to me about life and how to prepare myself for life and how to not let certain things. He would always say, "Maya, be careful, keep your head on a swivel, and remember, trouble is always easy to get into, but it's hard to get out of. If you ever need to call me, call me."
I feel like dads always have those one-liner
Okay,
Yeah.
things
Keep
like
your
before
head on
you
a
leave
swivel.
the house.
Yeah.
Every time I leave the house to this day, Maya, keep your head on a swivel. It's in my head.
Yeah.
It's engraved in my brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was always like, my dad would be like, it hurt me more when my dad would say stuff like, "I'm disappointed in you," or "You broke my
Oh,
trust,"
yeah.
You
or
already
"You
Yeah.
broke my trust." Oh
Yeah.
baby, I'm hurt. Oh my God, I'm dying.
Takes
Oh
me
my God.
takes me to a
Oh,
place.
my dad would do the silent treatment, and I'd be like,
So you're not gonna talk to me?
That's worse. That's worse
Dad.
than any whooping my mama ever gave
Oh,
me.
yeah.
told you.
If my daddy
Absolutely.
say, "Now you gotta earn my trust back," I'm
Oh.
disappointed and not mad. I'm disappointed.
It's worse than getting a whooping.
Yep.
I'd rather you give me a whooping than
Yep.
tell me you disappointed in me
Yep.
and I gotta work on you trusting me again.
yeah.
Just give me the whooping and say you still trust me.
Just,
I
Yeah.
take that.
yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
see,
I
my
hate it.
mama, she would whoop me and you on punishment. Like you getting a whooping and you on
Like,
punishment.
no, man.
And she used to promise. They used to do promise whoopings. Her and my stepdaddy, her and Tim. They used
Promise
to promise whoopings.
What's a promise?
Do
whooping?
y'all know how
What's that?
traumatizing promised whoopings are?
Well, you have to
If
wait until the
anybody
end of
has
the day.
ever had promised whoopings, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
What's a promise whooping?
See, y'all don't even know nothing about it,
I told you I really didn't
Let me
get
tell you.
whoopings.
baby. If you did something and y'all was out somewhere, or you was at school,
Just wait till we get
or
home.
you was at home. No, not wait till
Oh.
we get home. You getting a whooping, and if they say, and I promise you that,
Oh, those were like worse than just when we
because
get
you
home.
never know when it's coming. Every day you get home from school, you like, "Oh, it's today.
Oh.
You trying to be good, like, "Oh, okay."
How can you harbor anger that
Maybe
long?
they forgot.
I would
And
have
then out of
forgotten.
nowhere, pow! It's,
Oh.
Dang.
remember that whooping I promised you 2 weeks ago?
I never got one of those.
Oh, hell no.
Out of nowhere.
Never.
Out of nowhere.
Like I've
Remember that
gotten
whooping I
like
promised
popped
you?
on my arm.
No, get
Like,
the belt. Get
not
the
that.
belt.
Oh, yeah. No, my parents were doing it right
And
then
if
and there.
it
They
wasn't,
ain't
and
waiting.
if it wasn't no belt, it was a braided switch.
You must have been bad
Get
as
them leaves
hell.
off. We all did. We all got whoopings with braided switches.
What the fuck was you doing? What was
Yeah,
you doing,
what
baby?
was
That's how
you
they
doing?
was. Like my aunties and them, they used to boil them switches and dip them in hot water. Take
What
the
were
leaves
you
off.
doing to deserve
That's
it?
just it. You're not getting a whooping with no belt at auntie house. You getting a whooping with a switch.
Oh, so that sounds like we need to call CPS. Cause I don't understand.
Yeah, you.
Maybe some of these people that's shooting up schools and stuff. Maybe
They
that's
needed
what
a
they
whooping
need.
with a
That.
switch. That's what they needed. They would have been so good.
See, I was a
I
good
don't- I
kid,
feel
but
like
this
that's-
mouth. It was my mouth.
See, that would have in the
That's
middle
what
of
Deadly.
in the middle of whatever you saying is
Yeah.
in your
Like, have
mouth.
you ever
In
gotten
your
popped?
mouth.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
have you ever gotten popped in the mouth?
Oh, yeah.
Never gotten popped in the mouth.
Like, look.
Ever.
Oh, I got
And
popped in
it's
the
one
mouth.
of them with all your force,
Oh,
all
Jesus.
your like
Yeah.
With a ring
driving.
on? They
You
bust
got
your
popped
lip
in the
open?
stomach.
You ever been popped in your mouth while you was talking? And me and Demonte was
You
talking
like
about
accidentally
this
like
last night.
bite your lip or something? Oh my God.
No,
I could not.
Me and Demonte was having this conversation last night. Our conversations be so funny. We was sitting on the couch and we was talking about like acting up and get go. I was like, boy, I remember my mom used to pop me in my mouth like I'd be
never.
talking, and then when it hurt so bad because she hit you so hard, you embarrassed because you feel like her hand's still there because that's how hard she
Oh,
hit you in
yeah.
your mouth. And it's just your lips on fire. Your lips is on fire. You on fire because you mad. Your lips on fire. It's all on fire.
Oh,
Never.
yeah.
Baby, and it's
no.
embarrassing because you literally feel like somebody is still sitting there like this. There's nothing there. It just hurts.
Ouch. I don't remember that. I don't
Lips
think I
a-
got hit
lips a
that
little-
hard.
She gave you a pout.
Oh, my God. Why are you pouting still?
Okay? And you better not
You
cry. Oh
did
my
it.
God. After a whooping, you better not cry.
Yeah.
When they used to be like, stop crying. Like, you just,
Okay.
20 minutes. What do you mean
My
stop
dad,
crying?
when I think about it, my dad was never the whooping person. My mom would whoop. Like, I remember there was this one time that my brother had did something, and his room was downstairs in the basement, and my room was upstairs. And my mom, I'm not gonna tell y'all what it did, but but my mom is downstairs, and I can hear her whooping him, and my daddy is upstairs, like in their room, like just chilling. And I guess it got to the point where my brother was like screaming and like crying so much. And I'm standing at the top of the steps, like listening to it, like, oh my God, I can't
I'd
believe
have been
he's
like,
getting a whooping.
Jovan, what'd
That's
you do
enough,
so I
Joe.
don't do the same thing?
Oh, period. I knew what he did, and I knew I would never do
That's
something
enough.
like that. But my dad was like, all right, Tracy, like, that's enough. Like, okay. But my dad was never the person to like give a whooping like that. But my dad was definitely like, Jasmine, you better get back in your room before she give it to you. I was like, you show right.
Yeah, you're
You
right. Let me go
show
right to my
right.
room
Say
right
that. I'm coming
now.
down your street next. Boy, don't come down my street. I'm gone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
out of here. Pew.
Oh, my gosh. How funny.
My cousin said it the other day. She's like, I remember that time I got a whooping and you cried. I knew it was real love. Oh my God, I was crying so hard. I was like, if anybody seen that Michael Jackson, Life is But a Dream, and he's in there whooping him, and Angela Bassett's up there, she's like, that's enough, Joe. That's enough. That was
That's
me.
definitely how my daddy was. He was like, all right, Tracy, that's enough. I was like, yeah, I don't want that. My dad's never done that. He's done a broom, like he was sweeping up something on the floor, and I did something, or like he was like telling me to like move out the way so he could finish sweeping, and he tapped me on the butt, and that was probably like the worst that I ever gotten at that age. And I told my mom, I
can't believe
went and told my
you.
grandma too. I was like, Grandma, my dad hit me with the broom, and she was like, hit you with the broom, so she was ready to like
I'm dead.
go ham, and he was like,
Come on.
nah, Miss
You should
Hill.
have got I would have got a whooping for that. Like, because I
But
went and made
honestly,
it seem like.
at the time I was probably 3 or 4, so like I was definitely at the age where I was exaggerating. But I think I was like sitting on the floor playing with something, and he's in the kitchen trying to sweep up stuff. So obviously I should have been there.
Yeah.
But he took
He
the
was just
broom and
tapping you,
tapped
like,
me like,
"Move."
I need you to move.
Yeah.
And baby, I thought he straight up whooped me with the broom. So
You got a whooping?
that was about as close as I got. But I've never like my dad's never actually like hit me.
And don't
Just
try to
the
get no
twist was
small
enough.
switch.
Yeah.
Don't try to get no small switch or no small belt. You go out. They tell you to go outside and get a switch, and you come back with a small one.
I've never
Oh.
had
Them
one
hurt
before in
worse.
my
Yeah, those
life.
hurt
No,
worse. The
thank you.
small ones.
Cause you heard a like in the air, like oh my god,
No, thank you.
oh my god. I tried to get this little yellow belt I used to have. My mama told me to go get a belt, and I tried to go.
Oh my god.
I've never had to do that before in my
Yeah,
life.
no, I've never had to.
Yeah, so you do something, you heard, go get the belt. And they not playing. Like, you know how people say it nowadays, and they be playing like they really not finna whoop you. They just trying to scare you. And then,
Oh, you know what? My mom had a white spoon. She said, "Don't make me get the spoon."
Yes,
But-
spoons
Oh,
are
the
more
spoon.
but see,
nowadays.
you know, when she say go get the belt, she mean go get the belt. And you bet not get.
But
Go
your
get a
dad,
little-
your dad never did that
My dad with me like 3 times.
with an actual belt, or
Yeah. One time because I wouldn't take a nap, I kept crying.
don't
I
that
would-
sound backwards? Doesn't sound bad.
And now that's all we want to do is take a nap. That's all we want to
But
do.
no,
now.
you won't take a nap, so I'm finna whoop you.
Because I wouldn't stop crying. I was screaming for like hours.
But don't that ain't that gonna make it worse? That's not gonna make me
was
be
like-
quiet.
He said, Maya, if I come in there, I'm whooping you. Baby, I thought he was playing.
Cause like I'm already crying. That's gonna make me cry more. So you would think, let's just console her. And
No,
figure
hell
out
no.
why.
You finna be quiet.
What?
That was the one of the.
Like, if I'm getting
No,
a whooping, that's
ma'am.
gonna- no.
No, you gonna
Let
be
me
quiet.
console her. No, not with a kid that's crying just for attention.
Yeah, I do
Well,
that. I
and
used to
they
do-
know
I used to do
that.
all the time.
Depending on
baby.
what they're crying for.
If I'm not
Like,
getting
yeah,
my
but-
way,
Oh, okay.
snot. everywhere.
Yeah, no,
everywhere.
no. That is why we do not gentle
I
parent.
was bad, y'all.
Oh
That's
my
why I
gosh,
know. Like when
no.
I see it nowadays, I can immediately. That was me,
Oh, really?
baby.
Okay, you was cutting up.
I was.
Here,
And-
here. I'll drink to
And
that.
and they got my ass together.
Yeah.
I learned how, but it taught me a lot about life because crying when you don't get your way or crying when something don't go your way is not solving anything.
Right.
But we want to say thank you so much to all the dads, the fathers, the ones who are there and active. You guys are the best. We have obviously the best memories, as you can tell, with our fathers. And we hope that you guys enjoy your day. Have the best Father's Day ever.
Yes.
And to all of the soon to be dads, we just told you guys, like,
We gave you the blueprint. Now run
yeah,
with
like take some of the stuff we just talked about and apply that, and
Yes.
I'm sure that you
Write it
have
down.
like, the best relationship
Study it.
with your kids. Thank you for tuning in to the Drip Dry podcast episode. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend about the Drip
tell
Dry
they homegirl
podcast.
to come to the Drip Drop Pack.
Okay, don't forget to go on our Instagram and our TikTok page. We will post behind the scenes or different clips from this episode on there. And you can definitely hit that bell so you are notified every single time we upload a brand new video. We definitely want you guys to put a comment in, let us know how we're doing, give us another topic to talk about.
Please.
Anything. We will respond, and we love you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys in our next episode. Thanks for watching.